most culturally impactful franchise of all time. Why are these titles so damn long? And it's your boy Icon with a DC TV animated review for you, and these titles are giving me Warrior vibes, and we're back with some more reviews. And right out the gate, I'm gonna say this, I was right that the Joker did not kill Nightwing because that was too obvious. The episode starts with Harley Quinn trying to figure out why she saw another version of herself at the Legion of Doom and her going crazy, and she tries to talk to Batgirl. Batgirl didn't want to listen, and then she tries to go talk to Ivy. Batgirl was meanwhile trying to find out, the true killer for Nightwing, and then when Batgirl discovers that Joker did not kill Nightwing, she outed him in front of a live studio audience. She basically put him on blast, and then she showed that he was at a doctor's office doing some random shit, and then he couldn't have killed Nightwing because he was at the doctor's office. So then Joker got outed, everybody called him an asshole and a loser, and the Joker's reputation is forever scarred. And the brain guy came back. It was nice to see him, like I missed that character. So now, Harley, she's searching for Ivy because she needs to talk to Ivy. When she finds Ivy downtown because her and the natural disasters, they were attempting to steal a time spear. Not to use it, not to go back in time for evil villainy. Ivy just wanted the time spear because it would make her look like a boss bitch if she just stole it and hung it up on her wall. So her and the natural disasters go down there to steal the time sphere. Harley shows up to engage, and then, Harley didn't even know that they were trying to steal some time sphere. Like, Harley just showed up to talk to Ivy. But Superman was there, and Wonder Woman was there, and the two of them were actually trying to stop the robbery. They never really said anything about why Harley was there and if she was even trying to help or not help at all. So then when Ivy and Harley were talking, Ivy was just like, why are you here? And I'm just like, well, she's a hero now. Why wouldn't she? It was like, and then Ivy got surprised. She was like, are you trying to stop me from committing a crime? And I'm just like, bitch, like, she's a good guy now. So of course she's, she would be trying to stop you. But Harley had no idea that she was even committing a crime. So then she was just like, listen, I need to talk to you because I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. Everything's going insane. And then Ivy basically brushed her off, and she was like, listen, we don't got time for this now. Like, I'm in the middle of doing something. Like, I'm trying to steal some shit. There's a time spear in this truck, and I got to get my hands on it. And then Harley was just like, well, shoot, since you don't have time to talk to me, I guess I'll just use the time spear and talk to the 60-year-old version of you instead. So Harley goes, she knocks over the truck. She knocked over the truck. She jumps in the time sphere. Ivy jumps in the time sphere after her, and then the two of them disappear and go off into the future. Now, the thing about that whole scene that bothered me, Superman and Wonder Woman were there trying to stop the natural disasters. When Harley crashed the truck, Harley, Ivy, and the natural disasters were standing there and had at least a 5-minute conversation. What the hell was Wonder Woman and Superman doing that whole time? Like, did they thwart? I mean, did they get sidetracked? Like, did they get lost? Like, I have no idea what Wonder Woman and Superman's role. They just disappeared. Like, Wonder Woman said 3 words to Harley, like, when they were on top of the truck, and like, that was it. So anyway, so Harley and Ivy go into the future, and then when they go into the future, they find out that there's an apocalypse happening, and that the world is under siege by the evil Robin. I guess this is like Damian Wayne's basically taken over the world using robots that he got in the Batcave, and they said that Damian Wayne was the last surviving member of the Bat family, so everybody else is gone. And then, the population was almost gone too. There's only maybe like 7 people left on the planet, and like two of them were dudes. One of King Shark's children was on the La Resistance team, and that was pretty interesting. They scooped up Harley and Ivy, and they proceeded to tell them about the whole thing about the world coming to an end, and how, like, Robin is a dictator, and, he's trying to kill us all, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So then they decide they're just going to go storm the castle, to go stop Robin. But one of the people who was on that freedom fighter team was actually the genetic clone child of both Harley and Ivy. It was their daughter, from the future. They met her for the first time. I ain't watched the movie that she got the name from. Like, I ain't watched that shit, so I don't know. I don't remember what her name was, but anyway, whatever her name was, like, Harley and Ivy said that was the dumbest name of all time. There's no way in hell they named her that shit. So anyway, so they were talking to her daughter. They were talking to their daughter, and then they were trying to get to know their daughter, and they're just like, listen, for you, you're our child. We'll help you dethrone Robin, and then we'll help you take down the resistance. So then when they get to Robin's, what do they call it? The bird's nest? When they get to the bird's nest, which is Robin's secret hideout, we find out that Harley and Ivy's daughter betrayed them and sold them out to Robin, because Robin has frozen. Robin basically captured all criminals and some superheroes and everything, and he froze them and keeps them as trophies on his wall. I don't know what sparked him to do that. I don't know where he got this idea from, but he's just collecting like superheroes and supervillains. So he made a deal with Harley and Ivy's daughter that if she turned over Ivy and Harley, he would give her dirt, and because apparently dirt is a rare commodity in the future. So she sold her moms out for some dirt. Her moms got upset, and then that's when their daughter she said that, I sold you guys out because you were the worst parents of all time. You didn't even give me a name until I was in kindergarten, that I had to name myself. And then she said that the two of you are very self-absorbed and you argue over the time and you don't tell your real feelings to each other. And she said that your attitude and your self-centeredness is what caused the apocalypse, which is how Lex Luthor ended up destroying the world. So Lex Luthor has something to do with this, and Harley and Ivy have something to do with this as well. So more on that, because we got 3 episodes to go. So Lex's big plan is going to tie into all this somehow. So then Harley and Ivy, we talked, like they were in the chamber getting ready to be frozen. They were talking to each other. They apologized, and then they said that, we'll try to be more sensitive to each other's feelings, because they said the whole thing about you doing the hero thing, me doing the villain thing, and us keeping it separate isn't working, and we're stronger together. And then right before they got frozen, King Shark's baby son, like, he let them out of the chamber, and then they ended up beating up their own daughter. They whooped their own daughter's ass. Like Robin was too old and fat to be able to stop them, and then they jumped back into the time sphere, and then they went back to their present. When they asked King Shark's baby, they were just like, why did you help us? He said, because I know you guys can go back in time and make sure that this apocalypse never happens, and I look forward to going to sleep tonight and waking up to a new world. So then after that, like they went back in the spear, they went back to their present, but when they got back to their present, they realized it was 6 days later from the time that they left. So when they left, they had just stolen the time spear, but 6 days later when they get back, the world is coming to an end and there's fire and brimstone everywhere, and they're just like, yo, how the fuck did all this shit happen in 6 days? But apparently it has something to do with Lex Luthor, and I guess they're going to use the time spear to go back a little further to try to find out what the hell Lex was doing. We still don't know who killed Nightwing, but I guarantee you it's Harley. That's how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So this the show just took a turn here, because we were originally talking about the whole thing with Nightwing and with the Joker killing Nightwing, Harley being crazy. I'm going to assume now, because they have access to a time machine, and I thought this during the episode, the time machine is the reason why Harley keeps seeing herself. It's maybe because at first I was like, maybe it's Clayface, but I think it's time. Like, what's going to happen is they're going to go back in time to try to like fix certain things, and they're going to end up interfering with certain events of things that they've already done. So that the Harley that we saw at the end of the last episode, that's the Harley from the future who's trying to like prevent the apocalypse from Lex Luthor. So that's my prediction. And share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below, and we will continue to talk about it. So check out my other videos on my channel, because as always, we got my Adventures of Superman on the channel. I'm doing a review for the Gal Gadot film Artist Stone. I watched that. I thought that was very good. And of course, I got my Blue Beetle review on the channel and other reviews as well. My Warrior season finale reviews up on the channel as well. Check out the Tacos and Geek podcast with myself, Justin, Sean, Gotham Geek Girl, Nadia, and Ashley, as we talk about all things in the geek world as we roll on for more superhero goodness. So that was it, guys. So thanks for tuning in as always. Until next time, for some more Harley Quinn action, as we take a ride into the future, back to the past, around this